What's up, Internet World? We're the News 19 Nerds. I'm Leroy.
I'm Michael.
We're here again with the B-sides. This time, we're tackling movies on Netflix. These aren't the best movies. These aren't the highest grossing movies. These are the movies you should check out that you might not have watched when they came out. So, Michael, kick us off with your first one.
I'm trying to figure out what was this girl's actual name.
What little girl?
It was not a girl, but it's a, what's her, it doesn't matter, I guess I'll figure it out.
Because some of your movies I never heard of.
Okay,
What you going with first?
I'm going to start slow for you and then get weirder and weirder as we go.
Okay.
So,
Because, yeah.
B-side, let's just go with one that you may have heard of, but you may not have seen, Haywire. With your girl, Gina Carano.
Hey, man. Gina, I love you.
Directed by Steven Soderbergh.
Yep. Love him. Friends of the show.
Yes, friend of the show, Steven Soderbergh. He gave us movies like the Ocean's 11 series. What else did he do? I know he's done a bunch of stuff. I just know from Ocean's 11. Like that's like his big commercial work stuff for me. It follows a spy who got burned by her agency, and I don't know why these governments do this. Why do you burn your spy and think they're not gonna come back? Or you try to kill them and think they're not gonna come back?
Maybe because they've gotten away with it so many times.
But I mean, it always seems like the way these movies are set up, these are always, this is your best spy. This is the one who could do everything. Like Jason Bourne could kind of do everything. Why are you trying to kill him? Let him go. Whatever.
Hey, companies, maybe not.
Yeah, just let him go.
Not mess with your disgruntled employee.
Because the thing is, you made him disgruntled. If you would just let him go.
Not only did you make them disgruntled, you made them, so you know what they can do.
Yeah, but beside all that, it's just, I think it's a very good story. I don't feel like Gina Carano is the best actress.
I think she's asked to do too much. And it's too much too soon. I think this was a good vehicle for her, though.
But I always love a good martial arts movie. I love a good choreographed movie for fight scenes. I think these fight scenes are great.
Oh, they're awesome.
And the thing is,
go ahead.
Because Gina Carano is an MMA fighter, she can make other people look better because she can kind of sell their punches a little bit more or help them look better in the fight.
This is what I also loved about this movie. She's paired up against people who you would think. The one thing I always hate is when they put these women in movies or these models and you're like, she can't take that dude. Like, you kind of like that whole, Gina Carano can probably beat everybody in this movie.
Yeah, sure.
Like, literally, physically can take, because this is when you think about it. This is who's in this movie. Channing Tatum. Michael Douglas. I can take Michael Douglas. Antonio Banderas. I can't take him. Ewan McGregor. He can kick my ass. And my boy, my boo, Michael Fassbender. Love that dude. Ooh, love him. So I like that pick. That's an awesome pick.
Yeah.
And I feel like this was the movie, if you remember, this was the movie that was supposed to be like her breakout to get her more stuff, and it didn't really land with a lot. Not that the movie was bad, it just didn't get a lot of...
Yeah.
It wasn't the movie, but like when you look at the cast of this movie, you're like, how did this not...
It's a fun movie. The fights and we've talked about this before in our other videos. I always hate fight scenes that are cut up so much. And the reason why they cut them up, generally for the most part, they cut them up so much is because...
people can't fight.
People can't fight, and the people that they have aren't stunt people. So like, Liam Neeson taking is fun, but it's cut up a lot.
You thought it was fun?
I enjoyed the first Taken. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
But it's cut up a lot because he's an old man.
Yeah.
He's not going to be able to do all that stuff.
Although
you got so many cuts everywhere.
I think Liam Neeson can take both of us.
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah.
Just on the fact of all the movies he's done.
Yeah. If I was in a fight scene, they'd have to cut it up a lot.
Now, I'm going to tell you right now, if we got him off guard, I think we can take him.
Okay.
Notice I said we. No, one-on-one, I think he got us.
I'm going to throw you in first. But yo, man, Leroy said a lot of stuff about you, bro. I didn't say that, but he said it. Talk to him. And then I'm going to hit him in the back. I don't know.
Use a chair.
Yeah, something.
Bring him down.
But yeah, these the cuts and the scenes are long. They're drawn out. They're not necessarily one shots, but they're shot in a way that you can see the action happening. They're brutal.
Oh yeah.
It's just a fun movie, I think. Overall.
Man, hey, the funniest thing is how some of these dudes die, and I'm like, oh man, you didn't even get that long on screen.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's your one?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So my one, since we're doing fights, The Night Comes for Us. Woo!
I am so conflicted about this movie.
Tell me why you're conflicted.
It goes back to what I said.
Uh-huh.
I love martial arts movies. I think the choreography in this is great, and I love all the people in this because a lot of these are people
You got
from
Joe
the Raid,
Taslim, Iko,
Iko Uwais or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy was he either from the Raid or Marintow? Might have been in
He's
both
from the
of
Raid.
them.
He's
from the Raid.
He's
in
from
Raid
both the
Redemption.
Raids. Yeah.
I don't know if he was in Marintow or not, but this movie choreography is great, but it is so violent, and at some point they're probably telling a point with it, but I got turned off because it was so violent. It's like it's so bloody.
I love this movie. When it came out, I saw the trailer and I was like, I'm watching that the night it drops, and I stayed up till about 3 or 4 a.m. to see it, and I was like, yes. So here's the tag. After sparing a girl's life during a massacre, an elite triad assassin is targeted by an onslaught of murderous gangsters. It is just over the top. And you're right. It is. If you like The Raid is PG compared to this. The Night Comes for Us is violent. But the thing I loved about it is that it's violent and that these are criminals. Mm-hmm. And that's the one thing I think a lot of movies glorifies criminals. Mm-hmm. Everybody in this sucks. Yeah. They just the main character, Joe Taslim,
doesn't suck as much.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to kill a kid.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, that's kind of,
yeah.
that's kind of like where you're like, I don't want to go that far. And then everybody else is like, nah, man, you got to kill little girls to hang out with us. And he's like, I don't want to do it. Mm-hmm. And they're like, oh, you go do it. And they're like, he's like, nah. And they're like, okay.
I bet you won't do it. Yeah.
And so I loved it. But I understand, because this is the thing. On Netflix, here's the bottom line after it says action and adventure. This movie is violent, forceful, exciting. The first word is violent.
Yeah, it's just violent. Yeah.
The first word, and this is the thing, if they were going in alphabetical order, first word probably would have been exciting.
Yeah.
Not violent.
Yeah.
They were like, look, before you click play, this is violent. I really enjoyed this movie. So that's my one. It's a Netflix produced movie. It's one of their, it's in their wheelhouse of international films, one of their produced martial arts movie. Mm-hmm. So it looks amazing. Like the blood is amazing. And it was really good to see the reversal of certain people being good and other people being bad. Because you remember, Joe Taslim was good in The Raid, but bad in the Fast and the Furious movies. Mm. Remember, because he kicked the black dude, shaved head, sings. Tyrese. Remember, he beat Tyrese and Han up.
Okay.
By himself.
That's the same guy?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And then Iko, remember, he's always a good guy. Yeah. And he was a bad guy in this. So it's always good for me to see those role reversals. So that's my number one.
Okay. Let's move to... We want to continue martial art?
Hey, we can. I got one.
I'll go Ip Man with Donnie Yen.
Okay.
The Donnie Yen Ip Man movies. I mean, I think you can watch all of them, but we'll start with the first one. It's just, it's supposed to be the kind of a dramatic retelling of Bruce Lee's original Bruce Lee's teacher.
The man who taught Bruce Lee to be Bruce Lee.
Yeah. It's fun. I've always enjoyed Donnie Yen, and I won't say that he hasn't got his due in America because he has made a bunch of movies. I wish he was bigger, but that's just me.
I feel like the martial arts community knows who he is, and
for sure.
And action scene people know who he is because remember he was in Rogue One, the best of the new Star Wars movies, and a lot of people were like, "Yeah, that's Donnie Yen."
He was in the latest Triple X movie. That I don't know if that many people saw.
Oh, man, that was
that was a
he was the only good part about that movie.
What a movie! But yeah, Donnie Yen's great in it, and it's a period piece, obviously, because it's in China, back during, and I don't know what rule of China that would be, so I don't want to speak out of turn on who did what, but it's it's not modern day times China, obviously. Yeah. I think it's great action. It's fun. It's got heart to it. And I would say watch all of them because eventually he fights Mike Tyson in Ip Man 3.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
It's so wild because it's great. Mike Tyson is completely strong and like a bull in a china shop. He's so forceful with how he punches and his blows. It almost looks like a Street Fighter fight of Mike Tyson being Balrog and I guess
Ken?
No. More. I don't know who you're gonna say.
I was gonna say the dude that from the anime movie, the one who got his arm broke.
No, I was gonna say he's more like. No, you can't make me think. Fei Long. That's what I was gonna say.
Ah, okay.
Oh, but you might actually be talking about Fei Long too, actually.
Yeah.
Because he got his arm broke. Yeah. Because Fei Long is based off of Bruce Lee.
Okay, yeah. That's
yeah,
what I was saying.
Yeah.
Because in the movie, he was the movie star. In the anime,
Fei
he's
Long.
Yeah. Okay.
Fei Long versus a Balrog type fight. It looks great. So Ip Man. There we go.
Okay. Keeping with the martial arts theme, this is my last one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with The Man of Tai Chi.
Oh, that was fun.
I really like that movie. The reason I've always had a soft spot in my heart for Keanu Reeves, and even if his movies aren't the greatest that he's in, because and there's some movies he's in that they're the greatest movies of all time, in my opinion. But then there's movies where you're like, 47 Roman. But this one is his directorial debut. Here's the tagline: a young martial artist's unparalleled Tai Chi skills land him in a highly lucrative underworld fight club. I love this movie because it takes all of these different genres, the Fight Club, the whole idea of you're this pure warrior or pure martial artist, and here's this person's trying to corrupt you. You need the money. There's police going on. It's not the greatest movie, but I just felt like, the fight scenes were amazing. It stars, and another thing, Keanu Reeves is a bad guy, and I really liked him as a bad guy.
Yeah.
And it stars, I want to get this guy's name right, because they worked together. A lot of people didn't realize he was in the Matrix movies, but he wasn't elite. His name is Tiger Hugh Chin. And he is I don't want to say the hick, so to speak, but he's like the everyman. He just practiced Tai Chi with his master, and he goes on a job interview, and the job interview just basically is
Be in a fight club.
basically.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed the cinematography was great. I liked the fact that they spoke in their native languages and you had to read subtitles, because a lot of times, and you mentioned the whole idea of the cinematography as far as like these people are old, so they cut it quick. This was one of those movies where the cinematography was done in a way where you could actually see the fight.
Yeah.
And there were so many different styles of fighting, and I'm not a martial arts expert. I don't pretend to be, but there were so many different styles of martial arts that I could tell that the people behind it appreciated the art and tried to do right by it. And the one thing that I liked about it was Tiger Hugh Chin was a student. It was a real martial artist, but also was a student of, and I want to get the guy's name right. His name is, he's the guy behind like the Matrix movies. Remember the fight choreography?
Oh, Yu Ping?
Yes.
Or whoever?
I don't want to mess it up, but
Yeah.
he was a student of his.
Okay.
And so you see those elements in this movie.
Okay.
And another thing that he's uncredited, credited, uncredited, Eco is in this movie. And so it was like this really cool idea of, here's this guy who's trying to do the right thing, and he's pushed to the limit of his fighting ability, but pushed to the limit morally.
Okay.
And I thought that was interesting, and it gives that whole idea of just because you can doesn't mean you should. Because there's a scene in it, and not to give it away, where he's like right there on the edge, and you think he's going to kill a guy, and you're not sure if he's going to go through with it. And I just like seeing Keanu Reeves just be Keanu Reeves, man. But this time he's a bad guy. And he's like, you owe me a fight. And I'm like, did y'all just piss off Neo?
Yeah.
So that's my number 2.
Okay. Third movie. I'm going to save that one for last, because that's going to be like, what are you saying to
Yep.
me? Let's go comedy.
Okay.
The Incredible Jessica James.
What the?
So
I've never heard of this movie. So.
It stars, who does it star? It stars Jessica, I want to say her name is Jessica Williams. She has a show.
Wait.
Two Dope Queens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From The Daily Show.
Is she a correspondent?
Yeah, she was a correspondent, and she left, and then she did the Two Dope
Okay, I didn't know she was a correspondent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
she
love
has a
her.
show.
I love her.
You and Katie should watch this.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's a good movie. I think it's a good rom-com movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, is she dating a white guy in this movie?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen the trailer for this. Okay, now I remember.
Okay,
that.
yeah,
Okay,
she's dating Chris O'Dowd.
Yes.
Yes, the guy from
From,
IT Crowd is what I know most known from.
I was gonna say.
But he was also that movie with Steve Carell that I can't think of the name of. Steve Carell and Paul Rudd.
Dinner with Schmucks.
Yes.
Okay.
Dinner for Schmucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were you thinking of?
I don't know.
Bridesmaids. He was in Bridesmaids.
Yeah, he was a cop.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah. It also has Lakeith Stanfield in it.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
I like him.
I really think you like I'm surprised you haven't seen it yet.
I saw the trailer and I probably forgot about it because
Yeah.
there's so many other things, but I love Jessica Williams.
Yeah. So it's kind of just. It also has. I don't know her name, but she was in the Aziz Ansari show on Netflix, Master of None. The girl that he really
Lena
liked.
Waithe?
No, not her. The girl that he really liked.
I don't
Is
remember.
his love interest. I can't remember who she is. She's in it too. It's a fun movie on Netflix. It was released to Netflix it was released on my birthday 3 years ago. Interesting. July 20th, 2017.
All right.
It's just kind of how she deals with life in New York. She was hung up on a guy. It doesn't go well. She meets a new guy, and she kind of that relationship. It's fun.
Okay. That's your comedy?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I actually love everybody that you just named.
Yeah.
And I have seen the trailer. I just didn't remember it, but I remember her just being her. And I was like, that seems funny. That seems interesting. My third movie, so we're going comedy, is Free Fire.
I guess it is.
That's a dark comedy, man.
You and dark comedies, I swear.
It literally says it's a dark comedy on the tagline on Netflix.
Okay.
Watch. I guarantee you if I type in Free Fire, it says dark comedy.
This is live, folks. We're not live. Live to tape.
Watch. Wait for it. Boom!
Okay.
Forceful, gritty, dark comedy. I told you.
Okay.
I really like this movie. When I first saw the trailer, the movie came out in 2016. I honestly did not see this until last year.
Yeah, I probably didn't see it till last
So
year.
it supposedly came out,
library.
and it was one of those movies where it was advertised. It was done for a while, and it didn't come out for some reason. And it did, and I was waiting for it to come out in theaters, and it never came out. And I finally just had to rent it. I think Redbox or. And here's the tagline: a sketchy arms transaction in a deserted warehouse turns into a free-for-all when the two sides engage in a take-no-prisoners shootout. It's set in the 70s. This is what I love about the movie. For people who you see some people and you're like, oh, that's a decent actor. I love seeing people play against type and doing comedy. So you got Brie Larson, Cillian Murphy, you've got Armie Hammer, you've got Charlton Copley.
I think it's Sharlto Copley.
You got him.
The South African man.
Yeah. Oh boy, if you saw District 9, he also played. He
was in 18.
18.
Yeah.
Very underrated movie.
That's a fun movie. Give us a sequel to 18.
Yeah, just really, I love it when a plan comes together.
Yeah.
Another guy who was in this that I really enjoyed was Noah Taylor. Noah Taylor played Hitler in Preacher, and I just really like him. It's basically they meet for an arms deal. The arms deal goes bad, and they just shoot it out.
Yeah.
And it really is good. Armie Hammer plays a great dickhead. Like, just awesome. Everybody is good in this movie. And it's one of those movies where it's in one building, so it's not like all these major sets, but it's just fun. And it's just fun with guns on screen. And it's I just enjoyed it. And it's one of those things where if you really want to see why people love Brie Larson and think Armie Hammer should be in more stuff, this is the movie. Cillian Murphy, I think Cillian Murphy is just amazing. And I honestly do not mind him being the Scarecrow in Batman, but he applied or auditioned to be Batman.
He applied.
Yeah, he auditioned to be Batman. I mean, he really did apply.
But
they went with Christian Bale.
Yeah.
And I really would have enjoyed to see how his Batman would have turned out because I think he might have been able to pull it off. So I just really enjoy everybody in this movie. That's my comedy. Free for all.
Okay.
Free fire.
Free Fire.
It's a free for all.
Yeah.
Fun with guns.
Yeah. My number 4 movie. Anything with Scott Adkins, y'all. Scott Adkins is great.
There are a lot of people who agree with you.
If you don't know, he's kind of been
He's always a bad guy. In mainstream movies, he's the bad guy.
Yeah, and usually in mainstream movies, he's the bad guy. He's always the guy who's fighting the main guy and making the main guy look good because he is a real life martial artist.
He's a bad dude.
And he is so incredible, the stuff he can do.
I'm mad that he is not in more mainstream movies.
He's not, but if you like him, go to Netflix.
Oh yeah,
I don't know what deal Netflix had. They were like, let's just get all Scott Adkins movies, and there are so many up there. If I had to pick one, I'll just name one that but I would recommend all of them because I think they're great. The Debt Collector, I saw that recently, and it's kind of a comedy.
I saw the trailer for that on Netflix.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a comedy. He's a martial arts instructor. His school is going under, so he's trying to make more money. So he kind of
signs up as a debt collector.
Yeah, as a but not just like a nice debt collector, but like a loan shark person out there. It's fun. Fight scenes are well done and inventive. But I'm just trying to get more love for Scott Adkins because he's great.
Because you think he needs help?
No, I just want to see him.
I was just saying.
I want to see him rise to be an A-star. I think so.
Honestly, and it's really bad how when you see some people and you're like, they should be in more stuff and they should be a better star. Kind of like old boy from Seventh Heaven or whatever that is. He was big for a while. He was in John Carter. He was in True Detective Season 2. He's the bad guy in American Assassins.
Oh, yeah.
What is his name? It's like, it's all like, because Hollywood does this thing where they're like, they have somebody who's going to be the next new star, and all the vehicles that he was in wasn't that great, but I still think he's a great actor. And I think Scott Adkins is that same type of guy where it's like, give him a chance. Like, put him in, like, you know what? I would love to see Scott Adkins in a Christopher Nolan film.
That'd be cool. Oh, another movie, and if you don't want to do Debt Collector, I know Boyka Undisputed is on Netflix. Boyka is the character that was created from. So you remember the Undisputed movie with Ving Rhames? No.
Undisputed.
Undisputed with.
Yeah, Jet Li.
No.
Oh, the jail movie with Wesley Snipes and Ving Rhames.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know what Undisputed movie you're talking about with Jet Li.
There's an Undisputed movie with Jet Li, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
So there was a movie that came out with Ving Rhames and Wesley Snipes. Then they made a sequel.
Oh, they made a bunch of sequels.
They did. They made a sequel, and they brought in Michael Jai White, which was the best thing ever.
Really?
Yes, because Michael Jai White is another guy who I think is hilarious and great,
Woo!
and an awesome martial artist.
He is hilarious and is one of the best movies of all time. Black Dynamite.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I think he's a better comedian than he is martial artist.
I don't know about
a comedic actor? Come on, man.
I don't know about that.
Son, Black Dynamite?
Son, he is an incredible martial artist.
Did you see Black Dynamite?
Have you seen the stuff he can do?
Have you seen him tell that man, ain't nobody told me to put that girl with them big titties in this. Remember that?
Yeah.
Son, Black Dynamite?
Yeah, I'll pick him over martial arts for me personally.
I told you John Turkish from the CIA.
Yeah.
Come on.
So he made a movie, an Undisputed 2,
Black
and they made an Undisputed 3, and I feel like that's when they brought in Scott Adkins' character, who was Boyka.
Yeah.
Their fight was so sick, and then I guess Michael Jai White said, "Yo, I'm good, I'm out," and then Scott Adkins took over, continuing the Undisputed franchise with Boyka. Great movies, Scott Adkins. There we go.
Okay. Scott Adkins, friend of the show. Reach out to Keanu Reeves. I want you in John Wick 4.
That'd be interesting.
Imagine Scott Adkins, Keanu Reeves, John Wick 4.
Oh no, I don't want that. Because then Keanu Reeves has to kill him.
He doesn't have to kill him.
He kills everybody. He killed Mark Dacascos.
He could be his friend like Halle Berry was. He didn't kill Halle Berry.
He didn't. But I don't think so. I think
maybe he needs Scott Adkins' help because he got kicked out of the Continental.
I'd like
and
that.
And they got to team up.
That make me feel better.
To get back at the Continental.
That make me feel better.
Hey man, Scott Adkins, hire me. Be your idea man. So what are we on 4?
Yeah.
All right. So you picked a underrated movie, underrated actor, I guess. My number 4 is The Rover.
I don't know what that is.
Really? Okay. So I really like this movie. I'm a real big fan of, one, Guy Pearce. I think some of his movies that he picks are really good, and I think some of them are really bad. But when he brings it, he brings it. So here's the tag for the movie. 10 years after a global economic collapse, a hardened loner pursues the men who stole his only possession, his car. Along the way, he captures one of the thieves' brothers, and the duo form an uneasy bond during the dangerous journey. So it's filmed in Australia. Here's the people who are
Mad Max.
It's basically like Mad Max.
Okay.
So here's the stars of the movie: Guy Pearce, Robert Pattinson, Scoot McNairy. The reason why I like this movie, because this was the time I realized Robert Pattinson could act. And this was one of those movies you were like, yo, that's the dude from Twilight. Oh, he's good.
He's not just a sparkly vampire.
And you know what's funny? I've never even watched Twilight. So I was never, I was like, I don't care for these movies, but I'm not going to knock people getting their checks.
Yeah.
The director is David Michaud. Joel Edgerton wrote the movie.
Okay.
And it's like, Joel Edgerton is so underrated.
Yeah.
Or is Edgerton. He is so underrated. But the one thing I loved about it is you follow Guy Pearce on this journey to get his car back. And and there's a reason why he's so determined to get this car back. Not just because it's the post-apocalyptic world and you need a car. There's a reason behind it. And there's a method to this madness. And you're like, why is he so bent to get this car back? But it's so good. And it's just so dreary watching kind of the end of the world and how like the different people he comes across. It really does have a Mad Max vibe to it.
Okay.
But again, Robert Pattinson and my boy Scoot McNairy, another very underrated actor, but you've seen him in a lot of stuff. I really love this movie, and this is the tagline, or this is one of the poster. It has Guy Pearce holding Robert Pattinson's like this, and here's the thing: fear the man with nothing left to lose, and that's a very dangerous man, and it's just a journey, and it's a great movie. So that's my 4.
Okay.
My movies are gonna get darker as we go along.
I mean,
Like
it's gonna get darker than the super violent one that you told us already.
yeah,
Of course it is.
my last one is
Something is broken in you. That's what I realized over the course of doing these B-sides. Something is broken.
My happiest movie is The Man from Tai Chi. The Man of Tai Chi.
Jesus. Okay, sure. So, what over the course of us doing these B-sides, what have you learned about me? What are the movies
You
that
like
I really
food?
like? I like food.
Scantily clad people. Food Wars, man. Come on.
Yeah, but that's not the reason why I like the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Food, musicals,
Musicals
and something funny.
martial arts, dude.
Oh, I was gonna say something funny because
How many martial arts things did I name off of this?
That's because it's Netflix. That's all they have.
You're right. But I mean, a lot of martial arts stuff.
All they have is kid shows, martial arts, and dark stuff. Because that's what I keep picking.
Okay. But yeah, for me, it's martial arts and musicals.
Who will be the first to make a martial arts musical?
Like a martial arts musical? I
Yeah.
mean, you got like martial arts comedies.
No,
like you got,
I'm not. I'm talking like martial arts musical where they're singing songs
Hey.
and kicking ass at the same time.
Audience, you guys know better than us. Let me know if that exists because I would love to see something.
Because
like that.
you have a zombie musical with Anna and the Apocalypse.
That was really good. I
But you
enjoyed
don't
that.
have like, I'm talking martial arts, like real martial arts fighting, and they're like, I put some sugar, you know, like.
That's the line you went with?
I don't know, man. I was thinking,
yeah.
I was thinking Disney movie like Beauty
I
and
put
the
some
Beast.
sugar. That's what you...
I don't know, man. I don't watch musicals. Isn't that how they sound?
No. They sound good.
Hamilton.
Katie, I know you're disgusted with what he just did. I know you are.
Best musical out there, Sound of Music.
I don't think so.
It's the only one I like.
How many have you seen? Like 4? Yeah, all right, shut up. Never mind. Bye. The movie is Baahubali. It is a Bollywood movie.
Of course it is.
And it is so good.
Is it the Bollywood movie where they shoot people over the wall with trees and they...
With shields?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Is that one?
Yes, it is.
Where they like form like this coconut type thing and then they like...
Yeah,
and then
buddy.
they break out?
Yeah, buddy.
That's the movie?
Yeah, it is. It's so good. It is...
Insane.
It is insane, but it's so good. The production value is so good. Like, it feels like a Marvel movie in terms of like the production that they put into it. It's got the special effects are not as great as Marvel, but the production is there. I think the acting is there. It's got comedy. It's got a musical. It's got dancing in it because it's Bollywood, and it's got great martial arts in it. The idea behind Baahubali, and I don't want to speak out of turn.
Is that it's crazy?
Well, no, because it's based on I'm pretty sure it's based on like religious texts in Indian history.
Okay.
Kind of talking about these people of great significance to Indian culture. And it kind of talks about how this guy rose and why he means so much to the world.
Okay.
Fun story, really crazy. And there's two parts to it. There's a part 1 and a part 2. And part 1 definitely ends on a cliffhanger. You're like, oh, what's going to happen? Part 2 comes in. It's great.
Kind of like the Indian version of the Infinity War.
You know what? Yeah, kind of. Because they do kind of go back in time in the second one. Not through time travel, but they kind of go back and do stuff. Just Baahubali, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what are we on?
This is the last one.
All right.
This is dark. This is the one that's for kids, y'all. Leroy, tell them the one that's for kids. What is this?
So my last movie's called Blue Ruin. I'd been hearing so many good things about this movie when it came out. This movie was released in 2012, I want to say 2013. I'd seen the trailer 2012. I'd been waiting, and it never came to theaters around here. So I had to basically find. I rented it, but I had to find a place that had it. So I literally was like calling all kind of places, and I literally just had to like drive. I can't remember if I went to like some weird like small like Camden or Sumter. I had to drive someplace to get it.
Okay.
And it was at like a Redbox there.
Okay.
So here's the plot. A mysterious outsider's quiet life is turned upside down and he returns to his childhood home to carry out an act of vengeance. Proving himself an amateur assassin, he winds up in a brutal fight to protect his estranged family.
For the kids. Keep going.
So the ideas the whole thing about this movie is this guy, he's living in his car, living on the beach. It's a blue Pontiac. The car's broken down, beat down. He looks like a hermit. He looks like a homeless person. He like bathes out in the water. He basically is a guy you walk away from and you don't give another glance to. A cop drives up and says, and knows him, they have a relationship, and says, hey, you want to come with me? Something happened. He goes. The cop sits him down and says, so-and-so is getting out of jail. The person she's referring to is the man who killed his parents. And I just wanted to let you know because we're supposed to tell family. He had basically, I guess, a mental breakdown because his parents were murdered. And it's his road to vengeance and what happens to him throughout the course of him trying to get revenge for his parents' murder.
Okay.
The family he goes up against is a criminal family, and the guy who gets out of jail is being celebrated by the family. They take him to a bar, and they're like, hey, you're out. You know, like he just came home from the war, so to speak. And this character is just, he's broken. And it's his attempt to make sense of his parents were slaughtered. And what happens along the way. It's not John Wick. It's not Taken. This is not like, it's not a kung fu guy. It's a man. It's a regular guy. And what he goes through trying to buy a gun, like what happens in a real fight. Kind of, it's like, you remember James Bond and when how, what's his name? Just trying to remember the last one. Daniel Craig.
Spectre?
No, the first James Bond, the last, when he became a 00. Remember he's in the bathroom?
Oh, right. Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
There's that kind of fight scene in this, but it's not like that. Okay. It's not where a guy is trained and it's brutal to the sense of, oh, this is what really happens in a fight between two men.
Okay.
And it's painful, but this is what would like if a regular person tried this. there's a lot of just different things that happen, and you're like, ooh, oh. And he's doing this in what he believes in the defense of his family.
Okay.
It is really good. I loved it. I'm trying to find a way to trick my wife into watching it without her knowing. Because I feel like everyone should watch this movie. Because if you, we all see the John Wick movies, you know, they killed his dog, you know, the wife. This is like if this happened in real life. Mm-hmm. And so, but it is hard. It's a hard watch because you really feel for him, because when you realize what is going on, you're like, you never had a chance, man. Mm-hmm. So that's my 5.
Great. Great kid movie. Yeah.
I mean, man, I got an honorable mention.
Is that a kid movie? It's probably not even. That's not even a kid movie either. You said that like that's going to be a kid movie. I bet it's not.
Locke.
No. It's definitely not a kid movie. Jeez. Like Baahubali, you could watch with kids, for sure.
Man of Tai Chi, you could watch with kids.
I mean, I guess.
It has a great message. Don't go to the dark side.
Okay. So go ahead, go tell us about your honorable mention, Locke.
Have you seen Locke?
Yeah.
Okay. Locke, a lot of people, I think underestimate Tom Hardy. Sometimes I think.
Do they? Now?
I think at the time, I think because remember when he first came onto the scene, he was in Band of Brothers, and he was in Inception, and a lot of people didn't realize that he is a great actor. Go watch, I think it's called The Take, a BBC or maybe a Sky 4 show. It's a series. I think he's just really underrated as an actor. In Locke, he's a man who is leaving. He's in a car, and his world is crashing around him, and he carries this entire movie by himself.
Yeah.
The one thing I loved about this movie is the way it's shot. I never thought driving in a car could be compelling. It reminds me that whenever I see it, remember we did The Outsider? Remember the scenes in the car?
And how intense they were? Yeah.
That's basically this entire movie.
Yeah.
So here it is. Ivan Locke, a dedicated family man and successful construction manager, receives a phone call on the eve of his biggest challenge of his career that sets in motion a series of events that threatens his carefully cultivated existence. One of the things that I loved about this movie is 2 of the women who are on the phone call you never see is Ruth Wilson and Olivia Colman. Mm-hmm. And it is amazing. It's a spectacle of a movie, considering it was just him driving, talking on the phone in his car.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah, that's my honorable mention.
Okay, my honorable mention is for the kids. TMNT. I think
Which
all
one?
3. Just the one that's called TMNT.
Wait a minute.
That's the CG one.
Oh, so wait, they're not called TMNT? They're called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
Oh.
This one is just called TMNT.
I did not know that.
Yes. I love Ninja Turtles. That's well documented.
It is.
I'm pretty sure all the 3 original live action ones are on Netflix, but they also have TMNT. And TMNT, when it first came out, I was like, this isn't my Ninja Turtles. And I was so wrong. It tells a pretty... That's the one.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to see if all of them are on here. So that's 2. Wait, yeah, that's 2. I don't see 1.
They don't have 1?
Yeah, that's weird.
That's horrible.
How do you not have...
I mean, because 1 is great. Oh, man, that's a great movie. 2 is funny. 3 is horrible. 3 is trash. Not Secret of the Ooze. Turtles in Time? What's it called? I don't know what the third one is. It don't matter.
That's a little weird that they don't have the first one.
No, that's it. The original movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
All right, all right.
But yeah, TMNT is a CG computer-generated movie. I think it's great. It tells a pretty nice story that I think kids could get into, and it's really that straddles that line for kids into young teenagers and stuff in terms of how they deal with a family relationship of 4 brothers. It kind of talks about jealousy and how the family deals with jealousy. It has some of the newer people. It has Karai in it. If you know who Karai is, that's a pretty cool deal.
Got Jenica in it?
Who?
The new one.
Who?
You know what I'm talking about.
I don't know who you're talking about.
The new female Ninja Turtle.
Oh, no, sir. We're not doing that here.
Oh, okay.
For one thing,
Guess it's not that good.
Okay, that's what we're doing. That's how we're gonna do. Watch TMNT. It's a fun movie for the kids and for adults. There we go.
All right. So that's our B-sides for movies on Netflix.
I'm done in this show.
All right, guys. So if you appreciate this banter and foolishness, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. We're trying to put up more stuff because we know you guys are probably stuck inside. You need something new to watch. Mm-hmm. You've probably gone through the entire catalog of Disney Plus right now, and you're looking for something new. So these are the movies that we think you should probably check out. Mine are not for kids. Sorry. You know what? We're good. Our next video is going to be for the kids.
I don't think you know what that means.
I believe I can come up with something.
Know. Oh, it's Katie's going to pick it.
No.
Katie's going to pick it.
No.
All right, I got it. Yeah.
And mine are going to be for the kids. I said it here. You heard it. For the kids. You pick the site. I'll come up with it.
Okay. Find us here on YouTube.
Pick Netflix.
Okay. Great. Let me help you out. Give you a running start.
That's the largest catalog.
Okay. Also find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, WXX.com, and we're out.
Peace.